Hi folks, welcome back to the shop here at Project Pine Hills. Today we're taking a look at this Caterpillar Threshold Rebound work boot that was sent to me by the Cat Footwear Company. Let's take a quick look at the box. You can see here it's the Threshold Rebound waterproof, non-metallic, composite toe, ASTM, that's American Society for Testing Materials. It's got a rating for that. We'll talk about that. Now it comes in three colors, but I have it in pyramid brown. Now let's take a look at the boot. Now I have a pair of Carhartt boots that I've had for a few years that have a composite toe, and they're very similar to this Caterpillar boot, so I'm looking forward to trying out the Caterpillar boot. If you look at this one here, you can see the sole is starting to separate from the shoe. They've been pretty good boots, but I'm looking forward to trying out these Caterpillar boots. These are known to be built very well, very heavy duty boot. If you look at the boot here, you can see, of course, it's got waterproof there. It's stamped right into the side. You can see on the front, it has non-metallic stamped right in. What does that mean? It means all the eyelets on the boots are nylon eyelets, and it has a composite toe. What does that mean? That it meets a certain rating for that ASTM rating, which you can read about. I'll have a link in the description. But it's a electrical hazard rating that it meets because it has no metal in the boot. So if you're working in a commercial environment where you have to pass through a metal detector each day, you won't have to worry about taking these boots off because there's no metal in them. It also protects against open circuits up to 600 volts. Now you can see it has speed laces here at the top of the boot, and that means you can take these boots and unlace them very quickly when you're done at the end of the day. Take the boots off, put them on and off quickly. One thing I like about these speed laces, they have a bit of a hook here in the back, so if the laces become loose, they just don't push out of the speed lace. There's some depth right here. I'm going to push this out so we can see that. But you see there's some depth right here in the speed lace. They're not just hanging on here. And there's a bit of a hook here on this lace that keeps these laces in there so they just don't pop out easily if the laces happen to become loose. If we look here at the back of the boot, you can see here they have composite toe right here stitched in the back. If you're not familiar with composite toe boots, I like them better than a steel toe boot. It means there's a cup right here at the toe of the boot that helps from getting your toes crushed in a work environment. They were originally made of steel, now they're made of composite in a lot of boots, and that's good because two reasons. A steel toe is going to make the foot colder, the boot's going to wear colder in cold environments or cold temperatures. A composite toe is going to help keep your foot warm. And of course, as I stated earlier, you don't have to worry about metal detectors and things like that. A quick look at the boot here, you'll notice, if we look at the sole, it's got this SRX trademark rating here on the bottom. It's a trademark there for Caterpillar boots. That means that the SR stands for the fact that it's slip resistant, and that means it's oil resistant, as they've got it stamped right here. Slip resistant in general has to do with the rubber compound outsole. It's got outstanding grip on low traction surfaces. You can see here where they have these little grooves in here, and it's textured where these cleats are at. All these things are going to help add to the boot's slip resistance. So it has this very abrasion resistant rubber compound here for the outsole. This part here is light brown, is known as the midsole, and this is actually made of an EVA foam. So you can see if I press down on it, I can press into that, it's relatively soft. You press the outsole, a lot harder, tougher material to keep this sole from wearing down. But like, as I said, this is EVA foam here for the midsole. That's something you'd see in a lot of running shoes, for example. So that gives you a shock resistance. We take a look at the insole here real quick. Nice insole, it's reasonably thick here in the heel, it's even got a decent thickness here on the toe. This is also EVA foam as well, so really good shock resistance in here. You're looking at a boot that's going to be very comfortable for you. And I like how they've changed the color of this midsole, kind of giving it a bit of a hiking boot sort of feel to it. It got stamped right here on the side. It's a good looking boot. You can see it's triple stitched here on the heel counter. That's this material that goes across the back. The boot's upper is made of full grain leather, and that full grain leather has been treated to be waterproof, and then the boot also has a membrane that encapsulates the boot to make it waterproof. And this is a cement construction boot. It means the sole and midsole are glued onto this leather upper. Let's take a look around the boot here. We look at the other side. Again, as I stated earlier, double stitched here, triple stitched here, triple stitching here, so pretty well constructed boot. One thing I noticed that I like with this composite toe is, and you may or may not know this, if you're new to composite toes, you're wondering about whether you want a composite toe or not, there's some things to know. The thing about a composite toe is there's no give in that part of the boot. So you have to be aware if you're kneeling down a lot and you're sort of dragging your toes across the surface, the boot's going to take on some wear and tear because this leather material is stretched over this toe, is kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. So, the material can take on scratches. You can see here on this boot it's taken on because that leather's just not going to give away. It does give you that protection from your toes getting crushed, but what I wanted to point out was I like how this doesn't really look like a composite toe. Normally when you look at a composite toe, you can tell right away because of how high this toe box is, or the toe is on the shoe, that it's a composite toe versus a non-composite toe. But this one, to me, if you look at this, it doesn't look like your typical composite toe. It looks more, doesn't look as tall right here. To me, it's a good looking boot, a better looking boot for composite toe. Now, if you look here right on the inside, you can see here they have stitched in here that it's 100% recycled post-industrial lining. It does have a liner in it. It's not super thick, so your feet aren't going to get too hot, but it has a nice liner in it. So if you look in here, you can see the liner is yellow on the side. If we look at the tongue, you can see there's two ASTM ratings. The one at the top is the electrical hazard rating, and the one below it, this other ASTM rating, is for the slip resistance rating for the boot. So solid boot here from Caterpillar Footwear. I'm looking forward to trying these out. I think they're going to be excellent. I've had pretty good luck here with these Carhartt boots. They were pretty good work boots until the sole started to peel off and some of the other things were giving away. You can see the sole peeling away here on the toe. I replaced the laces on these boots one time. Got some laces on Amazon, so other than that, haven't really done anything with these boots. But yeah, looking forward to trying out these Caterpillar work boots. I'm going to show you around the whole boot here, get you a good look around the entire boot. Here's another look at the sole again. Also, the boot does have a pull loop here in the back to help you pull it on. You got good toe protection here at the front of the boot, so that's nice. But let me know in the comments what you think of this boot. If you think about getting one, whether you prefer composite toe or not, I'm always interested in that. I'll have a link to this in the description. Please remember to like and subscribe. All those actions help us to continue to bring content to you here on the Project Pine Hills channel. And with that said, I'll catch you in the next video.